Okay, today I'm going to talk about the sophist. What is the meaning of this word? Sophist means bearer of truth, applied to teachers who taught the new knowledge. They said that the word is not only an expression of ideas, also said it is an inevitable resource of thought. Who were them? Sophists were Greek teachers who in the 5th century, they mainly taught rhetoric, the art of speaking well, and heuristic, the art of persuading and convincing. Their purpose was to give the training to the young people whom they considered necessary to know and learn about politics. But what was their relation with language? Sophists and language. First, they believed that language was functional and there is not a valid knowledge of it. This way of thinking made them the first to introduce a theory of knowledge. Also, they think that two characteristics of language are essential. The first is the ability to name what is not seen, and the second one is reveal aspects of reality. They recognize that language is ambiguous and metaphorical in their descriptions of the world. Ambiguous has no meaning, and metaphoric is used to speak of the reality through other words. So according to them, language can express in other words. However, they did not think that these characteristics impede knowledge of reality. Rather, they celebrated the language because the language creates possibilities in the world, according to them, of course. Plato. Dear Plato. Who was him? He was a Greek teacher, a pupil of Socrates and a teacher of Aristotle. He believed that there were two opposite worlds. The first is the sensitive, and the second one is the intelligible. But in his thinking, he argued that knowledge was achieved through dialect. Dialect, the rhetorical technique of dialoguing and discussing the truth through exposition. But what was his relation with language? Plato and language. He believed that dialect carried to human being from ignorance to knowledge, and according to him, language assumes the function of explaining truths that are not intelligible to humans. So, for him, all humans are ignorant. In 387, he founded a philosophy school with the name of Academy, which provides a library, classrooms, and residence for students. Okay, dear Socrates, First, he was a Greek philosopher, considered teacher of Plato, having Aristotle as a disciple. He was the first to start a philosophy and his method in dialect helped to generate new ideas and concepts. He did not leave any writing because he thought that everyone should develop their own ideas, but he inspired many disciples. In 399, he was executed. But what was his relation with language? Socrates and language. First, he used irony and maiotic. Maiotic consists to asking questions in which the other person discovered the truth for itself. He believed that with dialogue, the truth could return for oblivion and then discover it. Okay? He thought that through the speech you carried the truth. The kind of dialogue that Socrates applied to his teachings was very different from that the Sophist. Instead of following the usual practice, the common practice that the student asks and the teacher answers, Socrates did the opposite. He was the one who asked, and he used his own method in order to discover the truth. The beautiful Socratic method. Socratic method is an argumentative dialogue between individuals, between many people, maybe 2 or 3 or more people, based on asking and answering questions to stimulate the critical thinking and extract ideas. So, however, there is nothing by which can judge Socrates because we don't have material of his authorships. We only know the testimonies of his disciples. That's all.